the poet, the MC, the videographer, the business owner, Philadelphia's own Poetic G is in the building. It's your man Xavier guest hosting over here at M&Cdigital Studios. We're about to sit back and talk about a few things. Yo, we here, we live, we in M&C, blah, 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 blah. Check. Yo, we live, we here. Forget the stumble, I ain't gonna even edit that out. Hey, listen, we at M&Cdigital Studios, you know, the very first person that we are having here. We love them. We love the music. We'll get all the way into that. But first things first, we're going to introduce you guys to Poetic G, an author, philanthropist of time of sorts. Like, I can go on, but most importantly, I don't want to drag your time out from you not getting to know this man here. And we appreciate having him. How you doing, Poetic G?
Oh, I feel great, my brother. Appreciate you for having me, man. Thank you very much. You already know, man. You already know. It's always a pleasure, man.
All right, now I tossed out just a couple of some of the things that you're into, but more importantly, you have a recent project out called True Blue. I'm a fan of, like, you know, I got my picks on there, but overall, let's get an overall idea of what True Blue is about. That's definitely your latest audio project, and it has a lot of impactful songs on there. So I'd like for you to get into that a little bit.
True Blues, man. True Blues is something of what I like to call true art, right? And something that I like to call true art is True Blue. When I decided to make this album, right, recently we had a daughter called True, right? And I thought about things that was very true to me once we had her, so that's why we even named it True, right? So just to even sit back and think of where we came from, I remember the old blues, you know, sitting back just watching movies like Mo Better Blues. You remember the blues and the real essence of music. So what I wanted to do was just present the art through my daughter and through the True Blues way. You know, giving back to the community, giving people a sense of hope, you know what I mean? So.
Definitely. And that's exactly what I took from it. Now, the inspiration, I couldn't draw the exact inspiration and everything. So I'm ultra glad that you made that correlation for us. Because understanding what drove someone to be creative in that moment is, you know, keen to understanding the project even deeper than the message itself. So with that word being brought up, messages, you know, what's some of the most important? Because you got a few visuals off of this project. You have a few collabos. So what was some of the messages and some of the songs behind those messages you were trying to send?
Some of the messages for most songs that I have is plain and simple, right in the title. Like times like no time wasted. I feel like we in a zone right now. We in a world right now that we're living in. There's no more time to waste. We see different things that's shaping around us, and there's no time to waste anymore. It's time to either push forth effort, or it's time to fall back. But I feel like it's always the time to push. So stop wasting time, people. Stop wasting time. No time wasted.
You know what? That's definitely an important message, because I know I've been a victim of procrastinating and not realizing how important every second of life is. So it's just good to hear that someone is going to focus on that creatively. And hopefully their message gets across, because it only takes one person to affect, and that one person could affect the next one, so on and so forth.
Absolutely.
We really want to get into Poetic G himself for a second. You know, before we move on to one of your other hats that you wear, good brother, you know what I'm saying, creatively.
Yes.
But just want to get into the artist himself. And suggested to me, quite honestly, suggested to me, is a staple in our community creatively, as far as how artists feel about the top 5. You know what I'm saying? Now, I kind of want to really just harness in on hip hop this go around. So, yeah, you already know what the question is, good brother. What's your top 5?
My top 5, and I'm talking about artists as hip hop wise, just strictly hip hop.
That's hip hop.
Strictly hip hop. My top 5 favorite artists. Tupac is number 1.
Okay.
For many different reasons. Song presence, ability to just uplift the community, emotion, many different things with Tupac. Number 2 is Nas. Nas is somebody that's very intellectual, right? And someone who actually shaped my art. That's my favorite rapper, hands down. I'm gonna be honest with you. Most people say that I sound like him when I actually spit. You know, so,
which is interesting. I get back to that. That's interesting, but I tell you why it's interesting. But I get back to that.
Number 3, I'm gonna have to say, for sure, is gonna have to be Ice Cube for sure. Ice Cube put together an essence of hip hop that was just shifting the whole culture on a whole different coast, and I give respect to Ice Cube. He was always a stand-up brother. Number 4. Sad to say, not sad to say. I'm sorry. I'm happy to say. Number 4 is Rakim. I might sound like an old head, but number 4 is Rakim. I love the essence. I love the art, what he spilled. How Rakim put it together is like it's a message based, articulate words that he put together. And when he put these words together, it actually shaped a lot of influence. It actually shaped a lot of people and influenced a lot of us. Even influenced Nas.
That's true. It's definitely true.
Yep. And number 5. This is a question too. This is a good question. Number 5, hands down, is Black Thought. Black Thought is my favorite lyricist, man. When you talk about
and that's not to take away from anything else he's creatively powerful with.
Absolutely.
But lyricist, absolutely.
But when you speak of lyrically speaking, Black Thought is phenomenal, hands down. That's my favorite lyricist. I don't think nobody can outlast Black Thought. But that's just my opinion. That's just how I feel. But yeah, that's true art at its best being displayed.
All right, See, in your top 5, I'm not going to even talk about your top 5. I think they're excellent choices. And listening to your material, I can definitely see some of the inspiration behind each and every artist that you spoke about. But interestingly enough, about Nas and Tupac, right?
Yes.
Now, your number 1 was Nas. Your number 1 was Pac. But your favorite was Nas, but he's at a number 2. Now, the reason why I bring that up with you, because that just showed a lot about your character. That showed a lot about Poetic G, about understanding the difference and everything. And that's the point that I'll point out, is the unbiasedness of the way you answer the question. I think is ingenious. You say, hey, just because Nas is my favorite,
yes,
if I got to pick top 5 of all time for all characteristics under hip hop,
yes,
then I make another choice.
Yes.
So I just wanted you to speak on that point, and being able to decipher the two is basically the point I want you to speak on. For the cats that can't get into a mental ring or a mental chessboard with you. And I'm not saying competitively, I'm just saying it might teach a younger artist to understand their artwork.
Absolutely. How I want to explain that is, Tupac is my number 1. And what I mean by that, he's my number 1 from not just his rap ability, but I think of Tupac like if I had to compare Tupac to a sports figure, I say all around game, I would have to compare him to like a LeBron. Tupac was like all around, he was shaped all around. So I love the versatility of Tupac. He can go in any which way, he can fit in any arena, he can fit in any crowd, and he can blend in. And most likely blend in and come out on top also. So I love that about Tupac. Nas, see, Tupac is my favorite man that rapped. You get what I'm saying?
Which is still put on.
But he's not my favorite rapper. See, Nas is my favorite rapper because Nas is just that's a rapper's rapper. Mm-hmm. When you hear Illmatic, it's like you hear songs like Memory Lane, New York State of Mind. It's like it puts you in the zone where it's just, this is true art at its best. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just overall project together, true art at its best.
Well, you know what I want to do with that. At that point being made,
appreciate you, my brother.
We'll do that. The same here. Now, Oh, my pleasure to share with such a man. Like I won't break bread or share glasses or share drinks with just the souls out here that could be tainting me with all different kind of ideas with their spirituality, downfalls and that. Nah, let me digress, man. Hey, listen, it's really nice to build with you because this is definitely about creativity and artwork, but it's so much deeper than that. So with that being said, and creatively, let's dive into the author you are. Let's speak about that for a few minutes because that's definitely it's not a direct correlation from one to the other. A lot of people believe, hey, I can write poetry or I can write song lyrics. Doesn't necessarily translate well to being able to compose any kind of literature to the depths that an author truly can, which is telling a story, teaching a point, and things of that nature. So let's talk about the projects you have, because it's more than one. See, this guy is hustling. It's not just one song and he wrote a paragraph and called it a book. This guy is out here. He's working and he's gravitating to other fields, which we're going to talk on later too. But yeah, again, my brother, please elaborate.
Absolutely. Well, just growing up, man, I always had these thoughts of writing. To be honest with you, truly, I started writing at about age 8. Every night, man, I used to read articles and write with my dad. And it got me into a mode of where I became an awesome writer, phenomenal writer. And at one point, my pop, he was focusing on just me having neat handwriting. And just by him just putting me in the mode of having neat handwriting and penmanship, I actually developed my mind to say, you know what? Besides me just having neat handwriting, I'm going to make sure that these words say something now. Mm-hmm. So I decided that, you know what? It's time to build. So I started writing short stories like in about 5th, 6th grade. I started writing short stories. I started bringing them home. My dad was reading them. I started getting A's on my projects for the short stories. And then I decided I decided at age about 25, I was going to write a book. I didn't really release the book until about age 27. This is about 2018, I say. Okay. And I released my first book, The Golden Thoughts. And then right after that, I followed it up with The Platinum Thoughts.
See?
So basically, they're basically just 2 books of poetry. The first book of poetry is more like spiritual. The Golden Thoughts is more like spiritual, more like share my experiences. The second book is more instructional, more logical, more just life and just understanding the essence of life.
See, and that's what I mean. Well-rounded brother that's coming at this world creatively for all the right reasons, with all the right intent, with all the right goals, with all the right virtues and values. Now, see, a lot of people try to equate that to a certain form of music as well, and I think as the artists grow and the type of artist comes out of these, come out the mud, so to speak, not everyone is violence driven. Yes. Not everyone is, brainwashed to the point where they believe that's how they need to act out aggression and or misunderstanding of passion. So it's refreshing to have these bodies of work, like as you were speaking about that, man, the visuals that was supporting your visuals, your editing. He's into video. It is a perfect segue to that, and that's another hat this gentleman wears that he will be successful. He's already successful. Anyone that goes from the idea to an actual tangible product has already gained success. So don't let people, brainwash you for a listening audience. We understand what success is. Success is not the equation of money. That's a byproduct of success. Success starts as you, continue to achieve goals. So with that being said, let's speak about your goals with videography. It is like you shared with me one of your newer ambiances that you filtered into for a few purposes. But I really would like to hear you elaborate on that. What's your future with it?
Videography. I got into, to be honest with you, truthfully, man, I got into editing after I didn't receive a product. I paid for a product before. I didn't receive the product back from the person that was actually doing the camera shots. And wow. I said, you know what? I said, no time to complain. I didn't complain at all. I said, you know what? It's time to create something new. Time to figure out how can I make it work. And I decided to download a simple Photos app program, and I just started editing. And I started matching up the words. I was like, you know what? Let me match up every word, make sure the words is right. And once I matched up the words, I said, you know what? Now I'm buying a movie program. now I'm getting Wondershare. Now I'm getting Adobe Premiere Pro. Yeah. Let me put together a nice video for the people to see. So
now the equipment is going to grow along with the understanding. And see, again, that's understanding when adversity works in your behalf.
Absolutely.
Even if it puts your back at the wall, that's just really a character trait that not many folks have. And I think it is a lesson that could be learned across all ages. Like, you're going to bump into roads. But instead of, like you said, and I had to start cheesing. People can't see me cheesing when he said it, because I didn't know what to expect. But I think that word and that impact really hit home. Whereas, I didn't have time to complain. You know what I mean? I had to keep my product pushing forward. So I did what I've always grown to do, which is dug in, got it done. Excellent.
Absolutely.
So in the future, what can we expect outside of the growth of the equipment? Which visually you got in mind?
The growth of the equipment, absolutely, man.
Oh no, visually. We want to know what are you gonna provide? Because you got poetry out there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You have the audio. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, his audio paints pictures. So I'm looking forward to seeing what visual ideas you got.
Okay, well, upcoming projects, something I know it will be presented soon. I'm working on a movie. I'm going to work on a movie. I want to present a movie along with the new novel that I'm presenting. I have a new project in line. It's going to be a novel titled Kelly Hansen, and this novel will be based on a true story. And what I will present in this novel is just how people just try to use and take over other people's lives, but it's all about
that's going to be deep.
Absolutely. So it's all about coming out of these things. It's all about showing lifetime stories to the people. So that's what it will be. It will be a lifetime story, which will be turned into a movie. So everything will be based on a true story. It's a story from a fella that I met at my previous job, Abington, Pennsylvania. The story takes place in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. There will be a lot of key aspects to this movie and to the book.
Great to hear.
So prepare for Kelly Hansen. Kelly Hansen, the book.
Wow, I like it. And I like the fact that you're drawing from true events, but creatively you're inspired within yourself to make it a great story. I like that.
Absolutely.
Now we have one more thing we gotta run through, and this gonna be fun to do. So I'm gonna go a little free. I'm gonna go a little free with the gimbal. But look, what we're gonna do, right, my man? Okay. Upon another suggestion by a great mind. Yes, Poetic G suggested this, and I think it'll be awesome. So I just want to toss it at him first. All right. He suggested I compare artists against artists, but I put the guests under pressure. You know what I'm saying? It's actually something that I think is beautiful. I won't utilize it on M&Cdigital because this is a brainchild, and I'm glad he gave me permission to put it out there as I use it on him. You know what I'm saying? So his shows is up and running, which I'm anxious for that. We didn't even talk about that, but let me get at you. All right, now, me, since I'm an old head, I'm going to toss out artists because you have a gentleman, old head spirit with you, good brother. Absolutely. And you're well-rounded as far as what you've been exposed to creatively and what you consume. So I'm going to try to get 4 couples, right? And they're going to come fast. Right, but the name's gonna have you cracking up. You can be like, really, okay. Sad? All right. So Aretha Franklin or Gladys Knight?
Aretha Franklin.
All right. Sam Cooke or Stevie Wonder?
Stevie Wonder.
That one was heavy. Okay. Casey right? Or R. Kelly. Now, the reason why I ask this, I want to give out the reason, because they're both driven from gospel. You know what I'm saying? The wholesome, sing from your gut vocals. I'm just comparing vocals, not hits, not vocals.
R. Kelly. R.
Kelly got some vocals. And see, disclaimer, we don't agree with nothing else. We're only comparing vocals, people, so calm down. All right, I got 2 more people. Okay. Now, these are their vocals. I gotta say vocals because they're both lyricists, but they're vocals. How do their vocals impact you when you hear them? Raekwon the Chef or Ghostface Killer?
Ghostface Killer.
His voice crazy.
Ghostface Killer.
His vocals
Ghostface Killer, man.
His vocals hit you.
But I love Ray too, man. It's like absolutely Ray the boy.
Ray get love. Well, I couldn't spin him too tough, y'all. He answered them the way I had him in my brain. Well, it's more than a pleasure.
But you know what was a tough one? See, that Stevie Wonder and Sam Cooke. I wasn't ready for that one. I love Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke is the boy. He's a true Born by the Rivers legendary. That takes nothing away from Sam Cooke. But when it comes to Stevie, I'm a Stevie fan, man. So.
Crazy lyricist. I mean, Sam Cooke, like, and we take for granted, we thinking lyricists and everything is about just hip hop. What do you think hip hop got it from? Where do you think hip hop, surmised its rhythm from? It was from all these folks in the background that I spoke about. Absolutely. So I think Stevie Wonder's an excellent choice. Sam Cooke, great lyricist, but Stevie Wonder is a great song composer, and he got great vocals because we were just comparing vocals. Well, you know what, guys? Wait till you see what's coming. All right.
Wait till you see what's coming. Tune in. You already know, man. It's Poetic G. You already know the owner of T.Y.I Productions. We had many projects in store that's coming. We got a new collaboration album coming with one of my dudes from Mississippi, my man Enigma. We have another project coming soon, a solo project. We're gonna have Sav on there, the cameraman. We're gonna have POP on there.
I point and shoot.
We're gonna have so many. Listen, we're gonna have features on there that's gonna blow people away. We're gonna push forth the real essence, the real music, and we're gonna make sure we do not stop. So peace and love, y'all. Peace.
Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love.
One.
Go check him out. Because he's going to read off all his information for you real quick while y'all get a peep of this visual. Yeah. Where can we find you at? Because you're everywhere. Yeah. Where can they get the literature? Where can they hear you? We already know where they can see you at on YouTube.
Absolutely. Well, you can find me, man, everywhere, man, is under T.Y.I Productions. So you can go to YouTube page, it's T.Y.I Productions, Facebook page, T.Y.I Productions. On Instagram, you can find me at King George 5000. That's attached to T.Y.I Productions. Poetic G. Everything is under T.Y.I Productions. So the new album True Blues is on all platforms. Right now, the video that y'all looking at right now is inspiration, but the top single right now is No Time Wasted. Make sure y'all go check out the album. Peace and love.
Yeah, and you know this my joint. This crazy comes off. All right, y'all. Peace and love. M&Cdigital, y'all.
You try to infiltrate, I'ma have to use my 8.